Here's 3 price scenarios that I'm currently thinking about when it comes to Bittensor's native cryptocurrency called TAO, and even though nothing I say is financial advice, this is just maybe even assuming, let's say, there is a fully fledged type of altcoin season during this cycle, but again, only time will tell. But nonetheless, the first scenario that I do want to take a look at is maybe the idea of TAO at the price of, let's say, hypothetically 2,500, around a 7x from here at that point, and market cap at that point, considering current circulating supply, would be nearly 25 billion. However, why wouldn't this necessarily surprise me? It's because I do like the fundamentals of Bittensor. Let me explain why I do like it. Now, when we take a look at Bittensor, it's a decentralized blockchain network acting as a peer-to-peer ecosystem for creating, training, sharing, and trading AI and machine learning models. Now, we also take a look at how it's a decentralized marketplace that brings together providers and consumers of machine learning algorithms and models. So from that right there, what I can take a look at is that Bittensor is arguably heavily focused on 2 markets. Now, what is the first one? AI, and the second one, arguably, I think, is machine learning. Let's take a look at the machine learning market real quick, because we already kind of know about the hype of AI, but then when it comes to machine learning, really doesn't have that much hype, I think, in the grand scheme of things, so I want to talk about it real quick. If we take a look at it, right, for instance, the global machine learning market is expected to be worth over $200 billion by 2029, according to Fortune Business Insights. So I think that's pretty impressive. Now, it may not be as impressive as AI, which is, the market predicted to be worth nearly $2 trillion by 2030, according to Grand View Research, but I still think it's pretty impressive nonetheless. And again, a lot of my friends out there, they like, projects that are focused on AI, but when it comes to the aspect of machine learning, sometimes they don't really care about it. But you know what? I do like what I'm seeing here, and I do like what I'm seeing, again, arguably when it comes to Bittensor being focused on machine learning and as well as AI, at least kind of the way I take a look at it. So when I take a look at all that, and let's say there is a fully fledged type of altcoin season, let's say the hype when it comes to these AI projects does come back in again, and then I kind of take also into consideration the exchange listings when it comes to TAO and the passionate community that Bittensor has, arguably TAO at 2,500 wouldn't necessarily surprise me. However, the second scenario that I do want to take a look at is maybe the idea of $2,750, right? Now, that's around a 7.7x from here, and market cap at that point, considering current circulating supply, would be around 27 billion. And when it comes to this, the way you take a look at it is that, we've seen Dogecoin pretty much nearly exceed that market cap by around 60 billion back in 2021. And that was a long time ago. Again, back in 2021, so it's years ago at this point. This doesn't seem like such an outlandish market cap in my perspective. But again, only time will tell, and I don't think it's just, again, something too ridiculous. Now, what the market cap needed was 200 billion or something like that, then why would I even take a look at that idea, right? But this doesn't seem like that outlandish to me, at least in my perspective. Now, the third and final price scenario I want to take a look at is $3,000. Now, that is around an 8.5x from here, nearly, right? And market cap at that point, considering current circulating supply, would be around $29.5 billion. Now, the way to take a look at it is that if there's supposedly over 600 million crypto owners currently, and I take a look at the hype for the Bitcoin ETF and the Ethereum ETF, if let's say there is a fully fledged type of altcoin season, and especially considering how back in the peak of the 2021 bull run, there was, quote-unquote, only around 300 million at that time in terms of crypto owners. Now, again, we have supposedly over 600 million. But kind of consider all that, and let's say there is a fully fledged type of altcoin season, TAO at 3,000 wouldn't really surprise me. Now, it's all a waiting game for me, though. This is the way to take a look at it, because all I can do really is stay patient. Whenever altcoins really does decide to wake up, it's going to be beyond my control. But there's one thing that I can control, though, in my opinion, and that is just dollar cost averaging, holding, and just waiting into the projects that I do like, and that's about it. Whenever altcoins do decide to maybe even peak during this cycle, again, if it ever even does, be it, let's say, October, November, December, or even sometime next year, right? Let's say January, February, March. Whenever that timeline is, I just want to be prepared by just holding, waiting, dollar cost averaging, and that's it. But in the meantime, I'm just staying patient. And feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's been Lee the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.